What's your perspective as to why that dream match of the Nature Boy Ric Flair and the Immortal Hulk Hogan didn't clash at WrestleMania 8?
I don't know. I mean, I was in my own world, and I don't mean to say that I didn't have a clue on what was going on, but if I had anything to do with it not happening, it could have had a lot to do with what my personal relationship was like at that moment with Vince, what kind of personal relationship I was having at home, and depending on how, because that would screw me up sometimes. I mean, a lot of things depended on it, but for some reason it just seemed like we could have done a year and a half, 2 years worth of business just putting Hogan and Flair together and flipping the belt back and forth 4 or 5 times. And as soon as they put us together, we broke all, Rick knows the numbers in Chicago and all the places we went. We broke all the records.
That was WCW.
Yeah, but when we went with Vince, we did all kind of numbers too. We were headed to WrestleMania, and they just shut it down and switched gears on us.
It's a question I've never asked, Vince, and the reality of it is I tell people, I was having so damn much fun there, if you think about where I came from and the personal insecurities that I found with myself with Jim Herd and me cutting my hair and all that. I mean, I was flipped. And so I think, I had friends in WWF too. It wasn't like I didn't have friends. I just didn't think I'd ever have to go because I figured Crockett would be there forever, my backyard. And yeah, I wanted to go. There's a guy named George Michael who's not with us anymore, a guy that had a sports show in Washington, D.C.
Sports Machine. Yeah.
Sports Machine. And he would do these things. He loved me and he would do these shows that just talked about how much money there'd be when Hulk and I wrestled, right? So the angle was already made. The weakness in the link, and I'm first to admit where I'm weak, I didn't have – he started us on the West Coast. Our first match was Dayton and playing around one night when Hulk told me, listen, it's my way or the highway, kid. Hit me with a chair 3 times, put back in the ring. I said, it's got to be easier than this.
You're terrible.
No, I was telling you, hey, you can press slam me, so I don't do any of that bullshit. Don't worry about it. Just follow me. So, okay. Anyway, but we go out to California, and here's the deal. Bobby Heenan was managing me. It was so damn easy. But I really didn't have the exposure from TBS guys. I mean, that was the only exposure I had. Because the penetration wasn't as big in that time as it is now. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So our first loop was Oakland, L.A., San Diego, Phoenix, and then back to the Garden. And Bobby Heenan, I had Heenan so screwed up over the weekend. He quit when we got to New York. Remember? I'm not hanging around you for 4 days in a row. But but we sold out everything. Even Oakland sold out. But I didn't feel like I was over as much. When we got back and we went to Chicago and towns like that, then I felt like I was carrying my own weight. Does that make sense?
I want to ask Rick a question. I've never asked you this question. When you had the NWA belt, did they pay you more than the guy you were wrestling?
Yes.
Okay. Now you have to understand.
But I was supposed to get 10%. The only guy that ever paid me 10% of the gate was Don Owen.
Yeah, well, see, a lot of guys don't understand that. Everybody goes, it's a work, and it doesn't matter if you win or lose. It doesn't matter how you look or this, and that, and the other. But for me, when I went up to New York, Vince McMahon wanted me to work strong. Just like you said, you'd suplex me, you'd tell me not to sell. Vince kind of wanted me to work the gimmick, the Hulk. But the whole thing was, when I went to work up there for Vince McMahon Sr., his tradition, and his, just the way he ran the business, he always paid the champion like Bruno or Backlund more than the other guy. So when I came in under Vince Sr. was still alive when I won the belt from the Iron Sheik. I came in under that banner. I fell into that loop where the champion gets paid more. So all of a sudden I'm realizing this is a shoot, brother. This isn't a work. I mean, the long as I can keep this belt, I'm going to make more than anybody. So a lot of guys don't understand. They say, well, Hulk was a politician, or he did that, or he did this. You're damn right I did. I wanted to get along in the dressing room. I wanted to get along with Vince McMahon. I wanted to get along in the car. I wanted to make sure I kept my damn spot because a lot of guys don't think about it that way. But when I went up